Good morning, Cotton Branch family. It's Evan and
Josh.
We hope you are having a great Tuesday, and it is Take Me Home Tuesday. So what is Take Me Home Tuesday, Josh?
We highlight usually one or more residents who are available for adoption.
Yep. And for those who have followed us, we have a lot that are available for adoption. And so we wanted to kind of highlight two of these sweet babies. And let's go ahead and look at the first one. And so the first one is who?
That's Henry. He's such a cutie. He follows me around a lot out there. So Henry's, both of the ones today are actually from Operation 458 in Kentucky. So Henry is a little timid, but he's really sweet. And like I said, he likes to follow me around. He's approximately 3 to 4 years old. His coloring's really unusual. A lot of times that brown tends to fade and turn to another color. So I find it a little odd. He's kept that kind of ginger brown color into adulthood.
Yeah.
He's a real cutie.
He made his little hole in the ground.
Oh, yeah. He made it almost like a little cavern. It was so cute.
Yeah, they're such sweeties, and they're great. And who's in the room right now? Hey, Susan. Hey, Denise. Hey, Jasmine. Thank y'all for joining us this morning. It's kind of like an overcast day, so we will be out today to do some more live videos and show everybody what's going on. So let's go to the next one.
Maybe go visit these two.
Yes, so this is the next one.
Patricia, and she's such a cutie pie. Look at her sitting. She is very sweet, curious. She loves belly rubs. She's also about 2 to 3 years old. And she definitely follows you around. But yeah, she's also in with the Kentucky group. But yeah, I love her. She's super sweet.
Yeah, so we're highlighting Henry and Patricia today. And so we get a lot of questions. Okay, if I wanted to adopt from us, what typically would they need?
Yes.
So what would they need as far as feed and fencing and all that good stuff? What's the ideal situation for someone who wants to adopt?
And it depends on the person, so and the pig. So many of them do well as indoor-outdoor. Some people choose to let them live their life outdoors all the time. We have 3 who come in and out with us, and they prefer to be outside all day, but come in at night and hang out with us a little while and then go to bed, and they have their own room. As far as space and fencing, we have preferences on fencing. You want it to be something that's strong enough they're very strong, that they can't basically break out of or get out of very easily, because they are very curious animals.
They are.
Or that another animal cannot also, a predator, come in to get to them. Feed-wise, we have several good feeds that we recommend that are pelleted feeds. That's their normal diet. As well as amounts that they would be fed daily. Typically, I would say when we had our first pig and he ate the recommended amount, was it 2 cups a day?
Yes. One cup in the morning, 1 cup in the evening.
Yeah, and then we would give him like a little salad at night. They can have veggies and fruit. So I would say he went through maybe 1 25-pound bag a month, I think.
Yep.
And the bags were about $18.
Yep. And you can find them at your local Tractor Supply.
Yep.
There's many
or
brands.
Different types of feed stores.
Yeah.
Definitely Tractor Supply.
Definitely Tractor Supply. Missouri is a brand. Also, Mana Pro is a brand. Countryside is also one. It's not often found down here, but that is also one that has the same protein levels, fat, and fiber that they need to grow healthy.
And it is specific to potbelly pig feed. Potbelly pig feed is different than farm pig feed.
Yep.
So you want to make sure you're feeding them the proper diet when it comes to that. And then, they a good outdoor shelter if they're staying outdoors, somewhere that's shaded. If they're indoor outdoors, so they do have shade in the summer, or if it's raining, they're not big fans of rain. So something that can be kept warm and cool and breezy in the summer for them outdoors. And then, they like either kiddie pools or wallows or both. They tend to get in the wallows to cool off and to coat their skin to keep them from sunburning in the summer. And as far as, then we had a question too, how much socialization does a pig need with other pigs? With humans, I have dogs which I've heard don't do well with pigs all the time. So we always recommend that pigs do best in at least pairs.
Yep.
Or more. They're very social animals. They're herd animals. A lot of times when we get emails and are contacted about people having problems with pigs, a lot of times it is a single pig syndrome. And what happens is if they don't have another pig, they do when they come to live with you, they view you as part of their herd. So they need to know their hierarchy, and they will start pushing their limits to see, well, can I be boss? And that could be over humans, dogs, cats, whoever happens to be there.
Yep.
If there's another pig, that generally takes care of that situation, because one pig is usually boss, one pig is usually,
the follower,
the bossed, and the follower. So it usually takes care of those behavior issues. Yeah. As far as humans, they tend to enjoy human companionship a lot. Now, Hampton, our pig who's blind, who's one of our indoor outdoors, at first he would fight with every pig he met, and which is not uncommon when a pig is born blind, for them to either be petrified of other pigs or very, very defensive and try to fight them. Well, of course, he would get beat up because he could not see. So we had to keep him separated for a long time from our other pigs until we introduced him to a baby pig, who immediately just submitted as Hampton being boss because she was a baby, and he accepted her and they became best friends. Now, before Daisy came along, Hampton would not stay outside more than 30 minutes by himself before getting bored and wanting us to either come out with him, or he would want to come inside and hang out with us.
Yes.
Once Daisy arrived, he enjoys spending his entire day outside. They play, they lounge around together. Then he wants to come in at night. They come in at night, hang out with us for a little bit, and go to bed.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the human interaction aspect of it. I do want to hit dogs. I see you're like jumping at the bit.
Oh no, that's what I was going to mention. Dogs.
So dogs, yes, they are predators and pigs are prey. And a Chihuahua can win a fight with a full-grown pot-bellied pig because dogs have sharp teeth. Pigs do not. Generally, they have flat teeth like humans. Some of the males do have tusk. A pig's natural defense is generally running, not fighting. So we've seen a lot of pigs come through with ears missing. Now, when we welcomed our first pigs, we had a 12-pound Bichon and a maybe 16-pound Pug. They were fine together. The Pug was kind of annoyed, but other than that, they were fine. But we still never left them alone and unattended, just because you don't know. And we've heard so many stories and heard so many times, my pig and dog slept together. They've been best friends for 8 years or 6 years. And then one day they got in a fight and my dog bit my pig's ear off or my pig's tail off or killed them.
Yeah.
And it's, they speak different languages. So a pig will be bossy, will be pig-headed. That comes about for a reason.
Yep.
And dogs' natural response is kind of like they would respond to another dog, but it tends to usually go further with pigs. So you just have to, if you do have dogs, we're very careful with always monitoring them when they're together, never leaving them alone.
Yep, always monitoring. Yeah. Like Josh said, they speak different languages. It's a completely different dynamic.
Yes.
So if you are interested in adopting and have a dog, we can talk you through kind of what the best setup would be and how everybody can live in harmony.
Yeah, and many times our Bichon thought everyone that came in the house, any type of animal, was his baby. That was just his mentality. So, he loved the pigs. I have pictures of him, sleeping on top of them. The pug would be annoyed by them, but then sometimes they would snuggle and sleep together.
Yep.
So it varied. But again, we always watched.
Yep. Jasmine says, they all deserve a good home. They do.
Yes.
They do. Hey, Candace. Hey, Vicky. Hey, Andrea.
You have one that's broke. He loves the rain. Yeah, I've only seen a couple here who will go out in the rain. Most of them are so funny. The farm pigs love the rain. The potbellies, it's hilarious. Sometimes it will be such a light mist that I hardly even notice it, and I'll hear screaming and yelling because all the pigs are running to their houses to get out of it.
Yeah. And then Nurse from Twitter.
Smell?
They don't have a smell.
They have no body odor.
There's no body odor.
No.
They don't sweat, and so the only type of odor you would get is if they rolled in something.
Yeah.
That smelled. So
yes. Which they don't like their own waste. So that's the other thing. Pooper scooping is very easy because they tend to pick one area of the yard away from where they sleep, eat, or play.
Yep.
And that's where they potty. And so cleanup is super easy. Also, the smell doesn't linger like, say, dog poop.
Yep.
And when you disturb it to clean it up, it really doesn't smell. But yeah, when it rains, if they get wet and a dog comes in and has that wet dog smell, pigs don't have that odor at all. You just dry them off. Their hair's pretty coarse. It dries easily.
Yeah.
And then there's no odor.
Are you a couple? Yes.
Yes.
We are.
We've been married since 2008 and together since 2004.
Yep. Are you going to show the piggies? We will. Not right now, since we're inside. We will. I'll show the porch cam in a little bit, but we will have a live video where we will go out into the farm and show everybody. We just wanted to kind of go over some of the adoption stuff this morning.
Yeah.
Candace says, pigs and dogs seem to be the hardest topic to educate on. Yes, it is, because it's a little bit nuanced. It's not like it's a black and white rule. We have to talk through it and actually see what exact situation you are particularly in.
Yes. And some dogs it will not work, or some pigs it will not work with a dog. But it's rare we see where they can't coexist as long as they're monitored.
Yeah.
But it's common that we see issues when they're not monitored.
Yeah.
And what is the background of pig? I'm assuming you're asking the background of the two pigs we have for adoption.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and throw this up again.
Yeah.
So you can see.
So Henry is a male. He is neutered. Patricia is a female. She is spayed. We don't adopt anyone out who's not spayed or neutered. And they are both, I think Patricia's a little younger, maybe 2 to 3 years old. These are guesstimates on their age because they came from a 550 pig case in Kentucky. And they are the remaining I think we have about 90 to 100 of those left who need homes.
Yep.
So Henry's a little older. He looks to be more about 3 or 4 years old. Pigs do grow 3 to 5 years. Henry could be full grown. He could grow a little more. Same with Patricia. The average weight is 80 to 150 pounds. What we've noticed with this group, and keep in mind they're all related. This started with only, I think, 45 pigs, so most of them are related in some way. So what we've noticed is the vast majority of them seem to be topping out around 110, 120.
Yep.
There's a few who are larger, but they seem to be on the smaller end of the spectrum, some even smaller. So just genetically speaking, that sees to be the normal with this group.
Yep. So let's see if anybody's out. They may be... Nope, no one's out.
Yeah. It's post-breakfast.
Yeah, I don't see anybody out right now.
So, post-breakfast, not really sunny.
Yeah.
They're probably napping. Wow.
Yeah, so we'll...
No one's out.
No one's out, but we will show everybody a little bit later this afternoon, and so be on the lookout for that.
Because they do like to come out if we're walking around. They'll come out to greet us and visit, and that's something too with the interaction. Is I tell people they're kind of like a combination between a cat, a dog, and a toddler. So they have curiosity and independence, more like a cat. Yep. They do want attention like a dog, but they're not underfoot nonstop like a dog. They're more like a cat in that aspect. They have the mentality of a 3 to 4 year old human. So they do pout. They get mad, they'll let you know. They get sad, they'll let you know. They're happy, they let you know. If they get bored, they like to get into things, which is another reason why it's great to have 2 or more, because they tend to entertain each other.
Yep.
So they're very unique and different creatures for sure. Which, if you talk about, are you going to talk about the branch?
Yeah,
Because we talk a little bit about their characteristics in that.
Yeah, so just to kind of remind everybody, I did provide a link in the description about how to apply for adoption. So if you click on that link, you can go there. It'll probably take you about 15 to 20 minutes to fill out the application. Then our team here that deals with our rescue, they will go ahead and look over the application, see if you're a good fit, and then they'll reach out to you. But we're going to talk more about this on our podcast. We have a podcast now. We just released the first episode this week. We'll do another one next week. And as we go through this podcast, we'll be talking more about this at length when it comes to adoption, when it comes to pig behavior, pig health, pig food, feed, all these things that require more than just a few minutes of explanation. Mm-hmm. So definitely check it out. It's on our homepage on cottonbranch.org. We also posted this on our socials if you wanted to go ahead and listen to the first episode. I did also provide a link in the description there too. So that is coming up as well. So yeah, also just to remind everybody, there's a link for our merch. We did release just a whole bunch of coffee mugs. And so if you're looking to support us, go to that link and you can grab a coffee mug of a whole bunch of different designs that we've come up over the past few months. And we have some great designs coming up next month. So be on the lookout for that, y'all. But yeah, so anything else you want to mention?
I think that's all.
Okay.
Where are we on the rock out?
We're almost there. So last week we had a campaign to get some of our erosion areas filled up with rocks, and that kind of stops it in its tracks, and then we're going to replant the grass so it holds. I think we're right about 80% there. So if you'd like to contribute to help us shore up our erosion areas, our property is kind of on a slant, and we have an overabundance of sand, but no beach. Yeah. So we
beach at the pond.
We're at the pond, yes. So we do need some help with that, guys. So if you're able to, and I know it's kind of hard for a lot of people during this rough economic time, but if you're able to, definitely send us a donation to help us with shoring up those areas, just for the safety of the pigs and also our volunteers and staff. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for supporting us. We really appreciate you guys. You are our family, and we will talk to y'all soon. All right? Bye, y'all.
Bye.